There's a dog breed out there that most people have never heard of. And honestly, that might be exactly why it's so special. The Barbet is a rare French water dog with a personality and a set of traits that genuinely set it apart from almost every other breed. And I don't mean that in a vague, every dog is unique kind of way. I mean there are specific, sometimes surprising things about this dog that will make you rethink what you thought you knew about dogs in general. Let's count them down. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Born for water. Most dogs tolerate water. Barbets were literally built for it. This breed has been retrieving waterfowl from marshes and rivers in France for centuries, and that history didn't disappear. It just moved into your backyard. My Barbet, the first time she saw a kiddie pool, didn't hesitate for a single second. Just stepped right in, started pawing at the water like it owed her something. That instinct is so deeply embedded that even Barbets who've never been near a lake will seek out puddles, sprinklers, and yes, your full bathtub. It's not mischief, it's heritage. And once you understand that, you stop being annoyed and start being genuinely impressed. Number 9. Surprisingly sharp minds. You'd think a dog this enthusiastic and sociable would be a bit scattered. Nope. Barbets are genuinely intelligent in a way that catches new owners off guard. They pick up commands quickly, but more than that, they actually seem to think through problems. Leave a treat under a cup and most dogs will paw at it randomly. A Barbet will sit back, assess, and figure it out faster than you'd expect. That intelligence cuts both ways, of course. A bored Barbet is a creative Barbet, and creative in dog terms usually means quietly destroying something you care about. Mental stimulation isn't optional with this breed, it's essential. Number 8. Velcro dog energy. If you value personal space, the Barbet may test your boundaries in the most endearing way possible. These dogs bond deeply with their people and prefer to be involved in whatever you're doing, whether that's cooking, working from home, or just existing on a couch. My dog has a specific spot she migrates to whenever I sit down, right between my feet, warm and present, like a very fluffy anchor. It's not anxiety-driven clinginess, it's more like genuine preference for your company. They're not demanding about it either. They just want to be nearby, part of the scene, in on whatever's happening. It becomes something you actually start to miss when they're not there. Number 7. Easy to train, really. A lot of breeds marketed as easy to train still require significant patience, consistency, and the occasional existential crisis. Barbets are different. They're eager to please in a way that feels authentic rather than transactional. They're not working for the treat alone. They genuinely seem to enjoy the process of learning and getting it right. Basic obedience clicks fast. More complex commands and tricks follow without too much frustration. The key is keeping sessions short and varied, because their minds move quickly and repetition bores them. Start early, stay positive, and you'll end up with a dog that's remarkably well behaved without the war of wills that some other breeds turn training into. Number 6. Energy that makes sense. Here's something refreshing. Barbets have good energy. Not frantic, bounce-off-the-walls energy that makes you feel guilty for not running a marathon every day. They're active and playful, they love a solid outdoor adventure, but they also know how to wind down. After a good walk or a swim, they'll settle in without needing 3 more hours of stimulation. For families or individuals with moderately active lifestyles, this is a genuine sweet spot. You don't have to become an ultra-marathon runner to keep them happy. You do have to give them real exercise and real engagement. They're not a sit-on-the-couch-all-day breed, but the balance they naturally find is something a lot of owners don't expect and end up loving. Number 5. Social without being chaotic. Some dogs love everyone so intensely that it becomes a problem. Jumping, barking, spinning in circles anytime a human appears. Barbets are social, but calibrated. They warm up to new people genuinely and enthusiastically. But there's a kind of grounded quality to it. They're not bouncing off strangers. They're approaching them, making contact, and then settling in. Other dogs? Usually fine. Kids? Typically great. They read social situations better than most breeds, which makes them surprisingly easy to take places. Dog-friendly patios, parks, family gatherings. A Barbet tends to navigate these environments with an ease that makes you look like a very capable dog owner, even when you're just along for the ride. Number 4. The hunting heritage. Most people who get a Barbet have no interest in hunting, and that's fine. But understanding where this breed comes from explains a lot of its behavior. Barbets worked alongside hunters for generations, retrieving birds from cold water and difficult terrain. That background gave them a nose that doesn't quit, a drive to retrieve that still surfaces during fetch, and a stamina that surprises people who assume they're just a fluffy companion dog. They'll follow a scent across a yard with real focus. They'll carry things, sticks, toys, random objects from the floor, with a kind of purposefulness that's clearly coded into them. Knowing this makes their quirks make a lot more sense. Number 3. That curly coat. The coat is one of the first things people notice, and one of the things owners talk about most, both with affection and exasperation. It's thick, curly, and woolly in a way that's genuinely different from a poodle or a labradoodle. It mats if you're not on top of grooming. It picks up everything from the outdoors, twigs, leaves, the occasional mystery object. But it's also hypoallergenic friendly, low shedding, and soft in a way that's almost absurdly pleasant. Running your hand through a well-groomed Barbet coat is genuinely satisfying. And because the breed is rare, people stop you constantly to ask what kind of dog you have. If you enjoy talking about your dog, and you will, this coat becomes a conversation starter everywhere you go. Number 2. Built for families. Not every dog that's described as family-friendly actually earns that label. Barbets do. They're patient with kids, not in a resigned way, but in a genuinely comfortable way. They match energy when it's time to play, and calm down when the house gets quiet. They're affectionate without being possessive, and they seem to instinctively understand the difference between gentle and rough play, adjusting accordingly. Multi-pet households tend to go smoothly. The dog doesn't need to be the center of everything, it just wants to be included. For families looking for a dog that actually integrates into daily life rather than complicating it, the Barbet is one of the more underrated answers to that question. Number 1. Everyday quirks. And here's the one that longtime Barbet owners always end up talking about. The everyday weirdness that makes you fall completely in love with this breed. Mine has a ritual where she carries a toy to the door every time I come home, not as a gift exactly, just as a thing she needs to be holding. She talks, not barks, but these low conversational grumbles that clearly mean something, even if I can't always figure out what. She rearranges her bed obsessively before lying down. These quirks are consistent across a lot of Barbets, and they give the dog a personality that feels almost character-like. You don't just have a dog, you have a whole specific individual living in your house, and they make life considerably more interesting. So guys, the Barbet isn't a breed for everyone. No breed is. But if you're looking for a dog that's smart, affectionate, adaptable, and genuinely interesting to live with, it belongs on your radar. These dogs carry centuries of working history in that curly coat, and it shows up every single day in ways both practical and completely charming. Whether you already own one or you're just discovering the breed, I hope this gave you a real sense of what makes them special. If you have a Barbet, drop their name in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. Like this video if you found it useful, and subscribe if you want more honest, experience-based content about dogs worth knowing. See you in the next one.